Hello there, it's Sarah from Paper Lovely. Thanks for joining me today. This is part 1 of 2. Today I'll make some cute mini cards, and then tomorrow I'll show you how to make the gift box from Lawn Fawn to create a cute little gift for any of your Halloween loving friends. So here I'm again working with that Pebbles Boo paper pad. It measures 6 by 6, and I've trimmed down some papers to 5 1/8 square. And I'm just using my We Are Memory Keepers punch board to create some little mini envelopes. Here I'm going to crease all of those down. And here I'm going to put them together using some 1/8 inch score tape. I'm going to go ahead and also add some score tape along both of the top edges. That way the recipient of this gift doesn't have to worry about finding a sticker or some other way to seal this. It's all ready to go. And here are our 6 mini envelopes. I have trimmed down some MFT cardstock to 2.5 by 6 inches, and here I'm scoring that in the middle at 3 inches to create the card bases. The colors I'm using today are Steel Gray, Persimmon, Limelight, Black Licorice, Smooth White, and Orange Zest. And here I'm going to trim these cut aparts. To keep things simple, I'm going to use the same insert for all of the cards. So I've trimmed down some Nita cardstock to 2 1/4 by 2 3/4, and I'm going to be using a stamp from Lawn Fawn. This is from their additional candy corn stamp set that is to be added to the How You Mean stamp set. And I'll stamp that with my usual Simon Says Stamp Intense Black ink. So for all of the cards today, other than the few embellishments and that cut apart that I pulled from the paper pack, I'm using all scraps to complete these cards. So here I'm just going to attach some of the script paper, and then I'm adding in a web. This is one of the pack that I got from Michael's. It's by Recollections, and it came with some spiders, some bats, and a few webs. So I'm just going to add that on the upper corner of my card, and then I'll trim off the excess. Then I've noticed that these stickers don't stick great to cardstock, so I'm going to add some multi-matte medium behind that, and then I'll stick that in place. I'm also using some scraps from my craft foam, so I've trimmed those down to some type of a square shape, and I'm going to attach that using my ATG gun. Then I'll go ahead and pop that cut apart on the front of my card. For the inserts, I wanted to put a little border along the bottom, and I found that the top edges of those papers that I had saved were the perfect size. So I'm just going to lay that across the bottom of the card, and then I'll trim off the excess. Finally, I'll attach the insert. completes card number 1. For card number 2, I'm going to go ahead and use this scrap of the candy paper, and I'll stick that right in the center of my card base. I'm going to trim out those edges. I'll again go ahead and use a scrap of craft foam on the back of my cut apart, and then attach that to the front of the card. Again, for the insert, I'm going to attach one of those tops of the sheets to the bottom. Trim off the excess. And then place that on the inside of the card. And that completes card number 2. For card number 3, I've trimmed down this check paper to 2.5 by 2 inches. And I'm going to attach that to the card base. I'm then going to add some glitter tape, and I picked this up at Joann's. It was one of their dollar bin sales, so I'm not sure what the brand is. I'm going to layer that over my checked paper. Trim off the excess. And then again, I will use some craft foam to pop up that cut apart and place it on top. I'll again place one of those paper tops across the bottom of my insert. Trim off the excess, add that to the inside. And that will complete card number 3. For card number 4, I've trimmed down this stripe paper to 2.25 by 2.5, and I'm going to place that on the top of my card base. Then I'm going to go ahead and pop up this Eek sentiment again with some craft foam. And I'll center that between the stripes and white bottom of the paper. Then I'm using some of these pebble stickers again, and I decided that I thought that that would look best. Again, I'm placing the top of the paper on my insert. I'll go ahead and attach that. And that completes card number 4. For card number 5, I've trimmed down this polka dot paper to 2 by 2 3/4, and I'm going to place that on the upper right hand corner of my card base. I'll go ahead and trim off the excess. I'm then going to pop up that cut apart with some craft foam. I'll attach that to my base. And then I wanted to give that spider a little dimension, so I'm going to take one of the black enamel dots, these are also by Pebbles, and I'll just stick that right on top of the spider there. Then again, I'll go ahead and attach one of those paper tops to the bottom of my inside. I'll go ahead and attach that, and that will complete card number 5. For card number 6, I've trimmed down this candy corn paper to 2 by 2.5. I'm going to place that somewhat in the center of my card. Then I'm going to attach, this is another one of the tops of those papers, so I'm going to attach that at the bottom of that candy corn paper to make the borders at the top and bottom of the card even. I'll again go ahead and pop up this cut apart with some craft foam, and I'll place that in the center of the two. I'll attach that spider stripe to the bottom of my insert. Place that on the inside of my card. And that completes card number 6. That completes our video for today. Stay tuned tomorrow for the gift box tutorial that we will place all of these mini cards into. Additional close-ups of the cards as well as a full list of supplies can be found at my blog post listed in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a comment or a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.